Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Regular viewers will know I review many photographic, audio and video related products. I do promise you one day I will change that, and I can't think of how to change it. Today we're taking a brief look, hopefully a brief look, at a new shotgun microphone that I purchased purely to see how good a shotgun microphone is compared to what I would always normally use, which is my Rode Wireless Go. I'm always using my Rode Wireless Go. I love the fact that it's always close to your mouth. You don't have to worry about cables, and produces really nice sound. But I had heard so much about Sennheiser gun mics, keeping an eye on the cats, Sennheiser gun mics. I purchased the Sennheiser MKE600, which is a short shotgun microphone. And what you're listening to now is the sound coming off my Sennheiser, I couldn't think what it was then, the Sennheiser MKE600, and that's plugged into my Olympus OMD EM1 Mark II via my Samsung adapter. Purely because it's XLR output from the microphone. It isn't 3.5mm output, it's XLR out. So I had to take the XLR into the Saramonic, into the Saramonic, then into the OMD EM1 Mark II. I've got the preamps down on the EM1 Mark II, but I've got them quite high on the Saramonic. So, there could be a mix match, we don't know. Keen to see how good this microphone is in this sort of environment. So I'm quite close to it. I'm about 6 foot away from the actual camera, so reasonably close, not terribly close. I'm going to move it back a bit further in a moment, but you can see from the other camera angle sort of reasonably how close I am. The microphone does require power to run the microphone. Normally it would be a 48 volt power supply, and that would come either from your sound mixer, your camcorder, your camera, whatever. Luckily my Saramonic adapter does provide a 48 volt power supply. The nice thing is though, if you're in an environment or you're using a camera like a mirrorless, a DSLR, that doesn't provide that 48 volt power supply, on the casing of the microphone, Sennheiser have put a battery compartment in it, so you can actually put a battery in there and power it. So you've got an either or there. Now I haven't got a battery in the microphone, I'm using the 48 volt power supply, so that should be working a treat. But it's nice that you've got the option of both, and I really like that particular feature of this microphone. The microphone is a metal construction, really nicely made microphone, and represents great value for money, to be fair. It's not a cheap gun mic, but it's certainly not an expensive gun mic. I think it's somewhere in the middle. A great quality microphone, really pleased with it. I'll also do another recording in my home studio. It's not a proper soundproof studio, but it will give you probably a very good indication what the sound quality is like in that sort of environment. Now let's move the camera back a bit further and see how good the microphone handles, something a little bit further away from the talent speaking. I've now moved even further away. Well, I haven't moved further away, I've moved the camera back further away from me. It's got to be, well, I don't know, 12 feet, who knows, I can't tell. Hopefully the other angle might be able to give you some indication that I've certainly moved it further away. Too far really to be using a gun mic, you need to be much closer. But again, I'm very interested to see what this sounds like. Again, under normal circumstances, I would always use something like my Rode Wireless Go, or some form of cabled microphone, or microphone close to the mouth really, because we are too far away. But I haven't adjusted the audio gain on the actual unit, the Saramonic unit or the camera. I've left it exactly the same. So let's see what the sound quality is, and I'm going to move it further back one more, but I think we'll be wasting our time, but I might as well give it a go. So I've now moved the camera a long way back, far too far, and I very much doubt it's even picking this up, but it's, I don't know, it's got to be 15 feet, 20 feet away. I think it's even further than that. Much too far for even a gun mic, and it's only a short gun mic. If you can hear this, that would be awesome. But it won't be very good quality, and it's not sort of sound quality you'd want to hear, particularly outdoors. So we'll now get back into the studio and do some filming in the studio under a more controlled environment. So we've now come back into the studio. It's a more controlled environment in here. It's still not the perfect environment simply because it isn't a soundproof studio. It's a converted home studio basically. So no soundproofing. What you hear is what you hear. You might hear a computer running in the background. And you can see I haven't got a type clip mic on. I'm just relying on the Sennheiser MKE600. I've actually got it just out of shot up here. So it's, you know, it's probably about a foot away from my mouth, so it's relatively close, but it's not, you know, entirely close. So that'll give you a kind of an idea how good it is as a gun mic if you've got it just out of shot from the talent. And I think you can see here, you can't see it on the wide shot, you can't see it on the close-up shot. So it's a great microphone from that point of view, and I really like the microphone. I'm actually feeding the signal, because it's, as I said earlier, an XLR output. I'm feeding it into my Zoom R8 recorder that you see here. That's the device which is actually recording the audio. Well, hopefully it's recording the audio. The levels are looking pretty good. I've got that plugged into main, so that should be absolutely working fine. And then I should sync that to the video. Straightforward enough to do, not complicated in Final Cut Pro. I suspect it's straightforward to do in Adobe Premiere as well. I will take the microphone off of its bracket and I'll show you what the microphone looks like, but obviously I'll be using a different sound source for that. It does come with this little pouch, not a padded pouch, nothing fancy. It does come with that, and it does come with a little clip to mount it onto the camera. I'm not sure where I've put that now, but it's somewhere about. I did have it earlier because I used it on the camera. So yeah, there we go. That's the sound quality of the Sennheiser MKE600. This is the box it comes in. You know, nice Sennheiser sort of box. But now let's take the microphone off its bracket and I'll show you the microphone. I'm now using the Rode Wireless Go microphones to pick up the sound, obviously, because I've got the Sennheiser disconnected. But this is the actual microphone. It's a really, really nicely made microphone. It comes with this wind muff thing. It just reduces popping and what have you. Mainly plosives, so the P's and whatever, it helps reduce a bit of wind noise when you're outdoors. But that's the actual gun mic. It's a compact gun mic. It's got a low cut filter switch just there, just on the top here, low cut filter switch, and it's also got an on off switch, because as I say, Sennheiser have actually constructed it. It's made out of metal, really, really nice construction, and they've constructed it to be able to take a AA battery, which just goes in the compartment there, which is nice. That's perfect for locations and cameras where you haven't got a 48-volt power supply. My Zoom R8 and the Saramonic device have got a 48-volt power supply, so I didn't need to worry about it. But the fact that this can do both, so it doesn't need a device with a 48-volt phantom power supply, I think is marvellous. So, you know, nice construction, nice design, XLR input, as you can see on the back there. So use a good quality XLR mic. Being a gun mic, it is a directional pickup pattern. Very little is picked up from the sides. It's mainly directional, but beautiful piece of kit at a very, very good price, a very affordable price if you're into video production. And yeah, it's not much more I can say about it. So there we go. That's the Sennheiser MKE600 shotgun microphone. But still, I will always advise, though, even with a shotgun mic, get it as close to the person's mouth as you can, just out of shot like I do here. So I have it just, you know, literally just above me head. And that works out completely fine. I have got another microphone. I'll be comparing this one with the Marantz gun mic. I'm not sure of the model number. It's a much longer mic. It's about twice the length of this one. It'd be an interesting comparison to see if either one is better than the other. But the Marantz one is much, much cheaper, a hell of a lot cheaper than what the Sennheiser is. But no, I like the Sennheiser MKE600. Get it wording around the right way. I do like the Sennheiser MKE600. It's a great microphone. So there we go. Hope you found that useful. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so, and hit the like button if you like the content of this video and you want to see more videos relating to video and photography. It helps me grow the channel and it'll keep you notified of when new videos are released. So thanks very much for watching, and stay tuned for more videos relating to video and photography. I've also got a podcast channel, do they call them that? A podcast show called The Tech Review Show. So look that up on your Google Play app thing, your Apple podcasting app thing, and Spotify and all the other podcasting apps. That'd be awesome. So thanks very much, and see you on the next one. Bye for now.